In a world where quality business information is needed, we bring you On the Mic with Mike, the leading social enterprise business show in RVA. Join Mike King, the partnership guru, as he delivers game changers in Metro RVA. On the Mic with Mike showcases how business can help make society better. He discusses tech, culture, innovation, best business practices, and highlighting area nonprofits. Join Mike Monday through Friday, because it is the place where the best and brightest come to chat.
Let's put that on the mic with Mike. On the mic with Mike. He's like a guru. No, he's a businessman with a great radio show. And he supports a nonprofit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. Mike King here. This is part of the Mike King Biz Media Network. ESPN Richmond 106.1 International Business Coach Radio, Saturdays 10 a.m. in the East, as well as CW Richmond TV. That's what we do. We talk to the best and the brightest out there. What we do is we showcase RVA in a different way, and we showcase how business helps society be better. Okay, so got to give a shout out to my man John Cario down at the world famous Hilton. That's my downtown office. That's what I do. I hang out at the Hilton, and people come there and they're impressed. Why? Because the Hilton knows how to take care of people. It is hospitality at its best. And when I'm there, John Cario introduces me to our good friends over at James Madison University. Man, welcome to the program.
Hi, Mike. Thank you so much for having me today.
Alrighty, it is a business show, so let's start off with the elevator pitch. Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Lauren Gardner, and I am the Professional Development, Employer Outreach, and Engagement Coordinator for James Madison University's Hart School of Hospitality, Sport, and Recreation Management.
Well, you got a lot of things fall under that. So I didn't realize that you guys do the sports aspect as well.
Yes, we do. So our school houses the hospitality management majors and the sport and recreation management majors, and we find that that is really useful for our students because a lot of our employers cross over between the hospitality and the sport and recreation world, and they require a lot of skills and talents in both of those fields.
So we're coming back to the school's getting ready to start. What is it that when you see the students coming in, what does it look like now as opposed to 2 or 3 years ago when we were in the pandemic? Let's talk about you're like, oh, Lord.
I mean, things are worldly different now than they were a few years ago. Our students are so excited to be back in person. They're so excited to engage with people in person. They're so excited to be back in the classroom. I think the pandemic really did a number on that generation because they were, 17 to 20 years old. They're learning how to develop their social skills. They're learning how to study. They're learning how to become contributing members of society. And they were really at a detriment for those several years where they're truly learning how to hone those skills. So our students are very excited to be back in person and picking up and progressing in a lot of the skills that have just kind of fallen to the wayside over the last couple of years.
So we were at the Hilton a couple of months back, and I was shocked with the number of hospitality students.
Yes, and that
was a big number.
Yeah, that was 3 classes. So I think we had about 75 students in total that went on this trip to go visit the Hilton and the Marriott and the conference center in Richmond. Our school in and of itself has about 1,000 students, and we've got about a 60-40 split between sport and recreation majors and then hospitality management majors. And our hospitality program was recently named the #1 hospitality program in the country.
Wow, shout out to you guys. Okay, so when you came to Richmond, they rolled out the red carpet. So my man John Cario was there, Lars across the street at the Marriott. You guys even rolled out, the mayor showed up.
Yes, we did. Yeah, so and the day of Shalom, we love that.
Alrighty, so what is it that's the real draw to hospitality now for younger people?
I think hospitality is what we call a discovery major or a discovery field. A lot of students will go to college and they'll think about the big majors, like those big classic iconic majors. A lot of them want to go into business. We've got a great College of Business here at JMU, but a lot of our students will start those classes and then they might realize, I like some of the aspects, but this is not what I want to do. And that's when they discover hospitality management, because it does have a very strong background in business, but it's a little bit more client focused, it's a little bit more customer service based, it's a little bit more empathetic, and that's really what that draw is for our students, is that they still have that business end of things, they still get to learn how to think strategically, but they do get to employ that empathetic lens. So I think a lot of our students almost kind of just fall into this major. They discover it once they're on campus. And then they also discover that there's no one size fits all within the hospitality or in sport and recreation, that it really spans just so many different areas, whether they want to go into events or resorts or theme parks, like the world is their oyster essentially with this field.
Well, Mike Lauren is here with us. All right, so this is a business show, as I always say. We have to take a break for a moment. We'll be right back. Be right back.
Mike King isn't a businessman. He's a businessman with his own talk show. On the Mic with Mike is the best business radio program in the game.
Hey, this is Sylvia Farnstein, and I am on the air with Mike King. He is widening the lens of humanity, and I'm so happy to be a part of his journey.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On Mike King here. We got Lauren from James Madison University. We are here talking about an upcoming job fair. How far down the road is it, ma'am?
Our next career and internship fair is going to be Wednesday, November 8th, so we do have a little bit of time.
So you had said the hospitality field is a destination. People go there with big plans about something else and end up in hospitality. So back in a prior life, I used to work for AccuWeather and used to be on the road, I don't know, 150 nights a year. Just going, when you go to hotels that much, you really see how hotels work. Especially when you go to them over and over again, you see the routine. So because I spent a lot of time at the Hilton, I see how it works. You see how people are, like where people fit in, and the whole idea is to make the customer happy.
Absolutely. It's very forward facing. It's very customer service based.
Also, so I joined the Army. I was in the Army for a very long time, and that was my travel agent. I saw the world. You know what? There's better ways to find places rather than being in Uncle Sam's Army. I mean, he was a cool travel agent, but not the best. If you want to see the world, hospitality is a place you can do it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and that is not subject to a specific field within hospitality either. You could go into tourism, you could go into event planning, you could go into resorts, you could do international travel planning for people. I mean, you could go anywhere you wanted and do almost anything within the hospitality field.
Alrighty, so let's talk sports for a little bit. Tell us a little bit about the sports aspect up at JMU.
Yes. So our sport and recreation program is also within our Hart School. We've got about 700 current undergraduates within that program, and it is one of the top ranked programs in the country, and it's currently the number 6 sport and recreation master's program in the country. So we do have our undergraduate program and then our master level program within sport and recreation. It is very, very popular. That is one of the programs that students come in knowing that they want to do. And sport and recreation really does open up the doors for students. It's one of those things where you have to learn by doing, as is hospitality. You really have to learn by doing. It is not that theoretical learning in the classroom. You have to go out, you have to network people. It is a matter of who you know and leveraging the skills that you have and the relationships that you have to get you into those positions. Our program focuses on a couple of different subsets. We have sports for all, which could be parks and recreation programs or community-based sports programs. And then we have sports for the few, which could be like university campus recreation programming or professional sports. We try our best to expose students to all of the different types of aspects within sport and recreation, because typically they come in and they're like, I want to be a pro sports agent. that's a great aspect or a great, goal to have, but we want to make sure that our students are well versed in all of the different areas of sports so that they are really putting their best foot out there, and are aware when they're making these big life decisions.
Alrighty, ma'am. As I said, this is a business show, but let's get the culture for James Madison out the way. So as you had said to Bob Lancaster, you are a double Duke, and so let's talk about the things that makes James Madison great.
I think that is a pretty lengthy list, but I think for me personally, JMU turned out to be everything that I did not know that I was looking for when I was 17 years old going through that college search process. It has a great atmosphere. It has a great environment. People want to be here. The teachers want to be here. The students want to be here, and they want to interact with everybody. So while it is, a larger university, we do have about 24,000 students on campus. It doesn't feel like 24,000 students on campus. You don't feel like you're just one number in a sea of people. You really do get to know your faculty members. You get to know the people that you're going to work with, that you're going to class with. So it was an incredible fit for me when I was going through that college search process, to the point where I left. I graduated JMU, I went into the real world, and I decided to come back several years later.